Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Tuesday, the 11th. Just got back from Costa Rica. I spent the week there last week. Was gonna try and record on Friday. Our Wi-Fi just sucked. From what I understood from everybody that was there before we got there. Breezy, who's on my team, was there, who happens to be my little sister. She was there for a couple of days before I got there. She said Wi-Fi was awesome. Everything worked really well until I got there. The second I got there, all went to hell. And we fought like crazy to try and get it back, but it is what it is. So I literally had to pretty much just let my phone just go. Sometimes I could step off into a little place and get some signal, but for the most part, I was pretty much out of it. I got quite a few texts from folks I was able to forward on my team and take care of things, but I decided on this particular venture just to be in place and enjoy everything that Costa Rica had to offer us at the time that I was there. So I'm not one for beach vacations, guys. It's just, to me, it's when you sit there and you're in the same spot, my mind gets to cranking, and I let my mind wander into all things I'm not getting done. And that's one of the reasons I really love hunting. The thing I love about going hunting is I'm in a different place, but I have to use all five senses for where I'm at and what am I doing. Right. So if I'm tracking an animal or I'm out looking for something or even in a blind, you got to be very attentive to what's happening around you, especially in Alaska. The thing I love about going hunting in Alaska, not only is it whatever you're hunting for, but it's what's hunting you that you got to be attentive. When we were out there moose hunting Alaska last October, literally a year ago, man, we were going after one of the most dangerous land animals known to man. The second most dangerous land animal to humans, right? The first is the hippo, the second is the moose. And then not only that, when you do get one, then of course you go through the process of processing that moose out there to skin it, debone it, gut it, all those things. You're covered in blood. So now you have some other very dangerous land animals after you because of what you just put into the air. So that's what I love about that kind of thing. I don't think about anything else. My mind shuts down. I'm focused on just that. And I have to pour all my attention into it. So trying to go someplace like Costa Rica and pour my attention to it was really, really difficult at first. But then I decided, well, I'm just going to immerse myself in it. We did all kinds of awesome stuff. I mean, I can sit here and go on and on about the cool things that we did in just a short window of time. But I do expect to be going back there. I do expect to be able to immerse myself deeper into that environment next time I go. So while I was gone, the market did what looked like it was going to start making some moves to the positive, but honestly didn't. See, it started to take off here, break out of this downward channel that we were heading into. And then what it is, it just starts scraping the top of the channel. So we're really not finding that position where everything's jumping up. You might find a day where it gets a little bit better. So we did see some better pricing for a small window. Because even though you see better pricing come up from where it was here to here and here, it takes a couple of days for them to settle in on what that price will be, because the market has been so fickle and it's been so swinging so much, and especially in this downward trend for so long, that those who are putting up the pricing are not willing to go ahead and offer the new price based upon what's happening. Now, look at this. We've been at this drop since October 21st of last year. Look at that, 1 year almost of just straight downward drop for a year. That we don't see that in the past. We're not seeing a year where it's just a straight drop. This has been a steep decline. Where we find that bottom, it's hard to say. We have some pretty interesting news coming out this week. The main thing is going to be CPI. It's going to be released tomorrow, telling us where inflation's going. Is inflation getting better? Is it getting worse? I don't know. I'd like to be able to tell you I have an idea, but I really don't. One, I was out of the country and not really paying attention. The secondly is every time we thought one way, it's gone the other. So I venture to say, just guys, lock what you got while you got it. If you're thinking that maybe you don't want to be stepping into the market, you might want to think again. With what's happening with new builds, the ability to add more inventory is going to be lessened because of the hurricane, because of all that insurance dollars that's be going into rebuilding those areas of Florida. That's going to possibly take priority when it comes to the construction and all that material. If you're going to contract right now and you're all worried about the cash on cash return being 2 or 3%, you need to rethink your thinking. Because what's going to happen over the years 3, 4, 5, and 6 is where all your cash on cash return is going to come from. We as an industry, the real estate industry, has really backed ourselves in the corner thinking cash on cash return was the deal. It has been, guys. That was the lucky way, in my opinion. That was just an easy way to be able to make a good return. It was an easy way to be able to sell a deal because of this high cash on cash. It's not about that. It's about the long-term deal that you're getting involved here. It's about the amortization of that loan. Somebody else paying off the leverage. You invest 20 to 25%, somebody else pays off the 75. Look at the compound growth that is. That's an over and over compound growth. Look at what's happening when you raise rents, when your costs stay the same. All those things are better to be measuring than cash on cash. Aaron Chapman's opinion. You can argue with me all you want. It's just going to be a stalemate in the argument because I believe what I believe from way before. Back when we were getting 12 and 13% cash on cash returns, I was still arguing for the amortization and all these things because of the consistency behind it. Cash on cash is just cherry on top of the sundae, guys. So when it comes to all the other things, we really need to be focused on that. Look at your transaction. Make sure you're getting a property you can keep reasonably rented the entire time you own it and you can raise rents. If you can do that, then you succeed in this deal. If you don't think you can do that, you might want to look at the deal a second time. Call us, talk to us. We're more than happy to share with you what we've seen other people do to be successful in this. I'll talk to you guys on Friday.